and welcome to my channel. This is yet another installment of my beginner to mastery series, and today we'll be discussing position sizing. So what exactly is position sizing? Well, follow along. Position sizing is determining the size of a trade within a particular portfolio or account size, just to make it clear to everyone. Yeah. So you remember in my previous video, I mentioned in Forex, we trade lots and you can trade fractional lots. Let's say you're trading a micro account that is basically 1,000 units of currency. You can actually trade fractional lots. So how do you determine what size of that lot you'll actually take depending on your risk management strategies? An example would be assuming you want to risk 1% of your trade. What exactly or lot size do you need for that particular trade to ensure that you only lose 1%? Well, follow along. So that's basically what position sizing is, determining the size of a trade within a portfolio or determining the size of a trade depending on your account balance. Position sizing is really important. It's key to risk management, and risk management is your number one goal as a trader. Your number one goal should be preserving capital. Do not allow one trade to take you out of the game. You want to stay in this game for long and take advantage of it for long. So your position sizing, my guidance is that it should be low enough so that you realize the long-term expectancy of your system over many trades. What do I mean by that? My guide will be risk between 1 to 2% of your account balance, and use these percentages now to determine your position size or lot size on each trade, depending on your stop loss in pips. And this will be able to stay in the game for long. And there's a quote that I like by Larry Hite. Larry Hite is one of the traders who worked with Ed Sequoia. Ed Sequoia is a market wizard, and he said that if you don't bet, you can't win. If you lose all your chips, you can't bet. So basically, my interpretation of this quote is that your position sizing should be in such a manner that it allows you to derive meaningful capital from the market, and it also allows you to stay in the game for long despite losses. So put it in such a way that you can able to derive meaningful gain from the market and also do not put your entire capital at risk. So that's basically introduction into position sizing and how it fits into risk management. So position sizing allows you to determine the lot size you'll be risking, and this will be guided by your risk management principles and rules. And as I mentioned, ensure it is low enough so that you can realize the long-term expectancy of your system over many trades. So let's get into the position sizing math. So how do you calculate the lot size per trade? What do you need? You need 5 items. You need your account balance or your equity balance, the currency pair that you want to trade, what percentage of your account will you be risking? And remember, I've mentioned kindly risk between 1 to 2%, especially if you're a beginner. You need your stop loss in pips and the conversion exchange rate. Now, on the right, what you see is a screenshot of a MetaTrader screen, and you can see some figures after the currency pair name. You're seeing a 0.05, 0.06. Let me just grab a highlighter tool, a laser pointer. You can see 0.05, 0.06, 0.08, 0.06, 0.05, 0.11. So these basically lot sizes for each of these particular trade. Remember, these screenshots, I took it from a standard account. Standard account is basically where one lot size is 100,000 units of currency. So instead of trading the full lot size of 1, in this particular trade, I took 0.11 and this one 0.05. And in all these trades, I was risking 1%. The lot sizes are different, but in all trades, the risk per trade is the same. So that's basically what position sizing is. So just to recap, you need your account balance, your currency pair, the percentage of account you'll be risking, your stop loss in pips, and the current bid and ask prices of that particular currency pair that you want to determine the position size. And I have an example here. I'll use USD quoted pair just to make it easier. So we have an account that has $10,000, and the pair that I'll be trading is euro-dollar, and I'll be risking 1%, and my stop loss in pips will be 50 pips. I'll grab a pen tool. So let us start. So how do you determine the lot size for this particular trade? One, you take your the percentage that you're risking, 1%, multiply that by your current account balance here. Then I want you to divide that by the dollar per pip movement. So for standard account, it's $10, and multiply that by the number of pips of your stop loss. So what you get is that I'll be risking $100 trade, and I'm dividing that by 500. And if I place that trade in my broker platform, the position size I'll put is 0.02. Now this is for a standard account. For a mini account, where the pip movement is $1 per pip movement, ideally it will be 1%. Then multiply by your account balance, assuming the same account balance of 10,000. Divide that by pip movement of 1. Then multiply that by 50. What you have is 100. Still the same risk per trade. Divide by 50. What you get is 2. So this should be 50. Okay, clear. What you get is 2. For if you're trading a mini account, it will be a 1% times your account balance, 10,000. Divide by the pip movement in a micro account is $0.1 per pip movement. Multiply that by 50. What do you get? 20 lots. So in all these trades, the risk per trade is 1%. So for you to lose 1%, you will have to put in your broker platform 0.02 lots if you're trading a standard account. And I've used a USD quoted pair because it's easier to calculate. But if you're trading, let's say, USD CAD, so basically your currency pair, your quote is a CAD, the pip movement will be different. You have to convert this $10 to Canadian dollars, then do the math. But you don't have to be calculating all the time. This was just to introduce you to the math behind how online calculators actually arrive at these particular lot sizes. So in my next slide, I'll be taking you through an easier method to actually be doing these calculations. And here we introduce online calculators. So the two calculators that I love to use are Babypips and position size calculator by Myfxbook. So if you just go to your like say your browser and put in babypips.com or myfxbook.com, you'll be able to locate the calculator. So for Babypips, this is exactly the same example. I have an account that has $10,000 and I'm risking 1%, and my stop loss in pips is, as you can see, 50. My stop loss in pips is 50. So once you hard code these numbers in the online calculator on Babypips, it will give you the same outcome that we've arrived at. So basically, I'll be risking $100 per trade, and my position size units are 20,000. For a standard lot, if your account is a standard account, it will be 0.2, the same math that we got. For a mini lot, it will be 2 lots, and for micro lot, it will be 20 lots. So basically, the same math as the previous example. And why is this important? I showed you how to calculate that, so to understand the math behind the online calculator. How is the calculator arriving at these figures? But moving on in your trading journey, just use the calculators. You don't have to take a pen and paper and calculate and do it. We're in an era of technology, but as long as you understand the math behind how the calculator arrives at that number, it'll be useful to your trading journey. Yeah. So this is how the calculators arrive at that particular number, and you can use either calculator, whether you're using Babypips or you're using Myfxbook, and this calculator will apply to all currencies. As you see, it has a drop down, yeah, on currency pair. So if I put USD CAD, it will give me, it will give you an extra button here where you put, I think it's the ask price for CAD. You just hard code, it's easy to follow, and it will give you the lot size, and that's basically what you put in your broker platform before you take that particular trade. So that's it, traders. That's an introduction to position sizing. I hope it has been useful to you, and ensure that you risk 1 to 2 per trade. And as I said, position sizing should be low enough for you to realize the long-term expectancy of your system over many years, because you want to derive meaningful financial gain from this market for years. Please be careful. Don't let one trade ruin you. Thank you. I hope that has been insightful, and see you in my next video.